This is Rashida's Lifestyle and welcome. My voice may sound a bit different because I'm actually not feeling well. Why am I doing this video and I'm not feeling well? I don't know. I'm here and I just decided to just make this video, you know, because on this channel I want to be as real and transparent as possible. I am on this channel. I don't want to, even though I don't really put up a front on any other channel, but I just want to come on here with my hair, just have my, what you call this, I don't even know what you call this, just have something like this on and just be real and true with you. No, I decided I just want to do a little story time. As I said, I am not feeling well. My voice is sounding a bit different, but I'm here. I'm actually not here alone. My big son is here with me. He didn't go out today, so he's actually here. But the kids and my other daughter, well, the smaller children is after school, and my other daughter is at work. So, you know, my last live, that was Thursday. I think that video is still not public as yet. I made it private because I needed to edit it a bit, because Inaya, the baby, was all over in it doing all kind of things, so I had to edit it a bit. So I did put a little blur in parts that needed blurring, so when that process is finished, then I'll make it public. Now, what I want to talk about, I want to talk about my job before coming over, before coming into truth. I want to talk about that and why did I have to give my job up. Not before coming over, because when I came in truth, I was doing the same job. So why did I have to give it up? Stick around and I'll let you know. Soon come back. Well, let me start from the beginning and jump as I go along. Let me tell you the job. The job was working in a tavern, or bar as they call it here in Jamaica. It is really tavern because that is what on the license, the liquor license, tavern. So the correct word is tavern. If you didn't know, now you know, because many is operating here in Jamaica that doesn't have a license still. But I had a liquor license, so the correct word or the correct name for it is tavern. So the first time working in a tavern, I didn't start off with my own. No, the first one I did was my child's father at the time. We were still along. We actually lived together. One of his friend was having some trouble in finding workers. So he asked me if I can go and help. And this is my first job ever. This is the first time I'm ever working. So I told him, no, I could check. It is a job that you can check, and you have to be a people person and jovial and know how to interact and rap with people. Majority people being men, so yes, I said okay. I was a bit scared to take it on, but I said okay, and I went there and it went fine. It went fine. I enjoyed myself. I don't remember how long I was there, but I know it was maybe more than a year, something like that. I don't know. So I was there for quite some time. I really enjoyed it, but the thing about that is it is a work that is let me say more looked down at because of other women that work in other bars. They put the standard a bit low. So I would say, for instance, if I was still in the world, even when I was still in, when I had the bar, my own, I wouldn't want my daughter to work in it. No. Because being in it, I realized that women put the standard for themselves very low. So because of that, the ordinary man that would come to a bar would think they can do the same thing to you that they do to the other people that they interact with, you know. So that's the reason why I say it's something that is mainly looked down at, you know. But anyway, it wasn't so for me because I always stand my ground. I don't know, it's maybe it's because of the way I dress, because in many that I know, and this is years after I really look at these things, in many that I know, the woman they dress a certain type of way, you know, that, you know, would suggest, it would be inviting to some men that they can come and do and say whatever they wanted to say. Yes, it is a job that you got to dress in a certain way that is pleasing or enticing in certain ways, but you're not going to expose. I didn't expose what I didn't need to expose, but many women was doing this. So that's the reason why many men think that all the women are the same. But anyway, it was a good experience. The first one, it was good, very good, and the boss really loved me because he made money. You know, this fresh girl just coming in, you know, she's never worked nowhere before, she's fresh, you know, so everyone flock to his place, so he made quite a bit. So fast forward from that, I work in other establishment, but fast forward from that, when I opened my own, the last one I worked in, I was saying, no, I need to get my own place because I'm giving myself to these people, and I'm getting, I'm putting it all out there, and at the end of the day, I am just getting my pay and I'm going home with it when I am doing all the work, you know, and I'm making the atmosphere clean, and you know, just inviting, and my smile, my, you know, jovialness, everyone just loved that. So I guess that's why I was always successful when it came on to, you know, making money for whosoever I was working with. But anyway, I decided to, you know, it's time for me to open my own, and I did. I found a place and I did run it for a while, and then that area that I got, it wasn't a good area, so I just decided to close it down. It wasn't a nice area, it was quite a bit of distance from where I lived, so I closed it down. I was at home for a while, and then my sister, no, she saw me in the business, and she said, you know, she opened one for herself, and she was running it for a while. Of course, that is when I had my own, she was running her own as well. And when I was at home, no, she said that she wants a worker, and I went there and I worked for her there. By this, my child's father and I split. So, you know, had someone else, and that person had um got one for himself as well, because that person is in the party lifestyle, you know, the party life, the round robins and all of that self. And by this, I was working with my sister, and then I can't remember if I opened one before I, no, anyway, the person that I was with, my partner now at the time, said that he want me to manage it for him, you know, and I did all of that. And managing it is buying the liquor, and managing it entails buying the liquor, go there when stock taking is being done, pay the workers, you know, little things like those. Just make sure the liquor is bought when needed, paying the workers, make sure the book is the things on the book is good, the book work is good, and all of that. And I did that for a little while. And while I did that, I was saying that I can't managing this place and working for my sister at the time. I couldn't manage it. It was just too much, because the one it was me managing it was required a lot. It was requiring a lot from me. You know, sometimes I would be at work, and when it's stock taking day for the net out, the one I'm managing, I have to close and go there for stock taking, and I couldn't do that anymore. So I said, all right, what should I do? Should I not manage this anymore, or should I manage it full time and leave my sister establishment? And I decided to leave my sister establishment and manage that full time. And sometimes when I was managing that, no, sometimes didn't have workers, I would have to step in and handle things. And while doing that, I got another one for myself. The location was okay, and I did that one for myself, and it really was good. You know, it really was good. And then I was there juggling both places, and for years, a matter of fact, for some years passed by, and the one that I was managing, shop was next to it, and it became vacant. So I decided I'm gonna take this and do a grocery shop with it, and I did. And so I have now the tavern and the grocery shop running. And so the other one became a bit strenuous, and I just let it go there till I give it up. I actually gave it to the bartender. I had a bartender there that was good, and I actually handed it over to her, and she was doing good with it, because I had the one that I'm managing. By this, I'm not managing it. By this is just, I'm just running it. So yeah. So there I am now at the tavern, at the bar, and at the shop, and I'm back and forth with both, running both. And then this feeling started to came over me. The feeling of, oh, you need to start to do something now. You need to start to praise God. It's like I was living with no purpose. I began to feel I was like in a, I don't know what you gonna call it, but just wake up, you go to work, stay there for a while, come back home. Wake up, go to work, do what you have to do there, come back home. I felt depressed. To tell you the truth, I felt depressed. I was like, isn't there something else for me to be doing? I felt that way for a while, and I started to complain to my partner that I feel like this, and it was like, everybody do that, everybody get up, and basically it's like a routine. And to me, that routine was just, I was just tired of that routine. But anyway, I continue, and then the feeling started to come over me where, you know, you must start serve God and all of that. So with those feeling that came over me now, I started to, not started, because I went on YouTube one day. I don't clearly remember this, but I know that I started to watch Pastor Gina Jennings videos. I started to watch them, and when I watched them, my heart started to get pricked, and this thing came over me that I just wanted to change my life. And bear in mind, I didn't say this before, but with the first partner that I was with, when I just started to work, when we lived together, I know of the Pastor Gina Jennings from that time, and from that time, I saw him on TV. I think one Sunday I was at home, I saw him and he was preaching, and I said to myself, when I saw the preaching on the television, I said to myself, if I was to be a Christian, this is all I believe I should be. I don't remember the exact message, but I know it had to do with the appearance. If you're a Christian, you're supposed to look. Why is my nose scratching? You're supposed to look like a Christian. Someone's supposed to look at you and know that you are a Christian. You're not supposed to have to tell somebody you're a Christian. And it is different when you just come over and you're going through the process of, changing and all of that. It's not talking about that. I'm talking when you're in it fully and you're supposed to make all of the changes already, you know? And my nose is scratching me. And I was saying, yeah, if I was to be a Christian, this is the way I want to look. I want to look like a Christian. But anyway, no, my heart wasn't pricked or anything like that. I just said that and done. No, and then it would show on the TV, and I don't even remember if I watched it any other time. It was that one time only I remember watching it and saying that to myself. So this time when I was there at the grocery shop, it was about 8 years after, roughly about 8 years after when I was at the grocery shop. Yeah, it was about 8 years or something after. And then this man pop up back. When I was feeling this way, this man just pop up back on YouTube and I started to watch it. And the preaching, I used to, let me tell you what I used to do. I used to 16 minutes. Okay, I used to download things on my phone. I had Wi-Fi at home, but I didn't have Wi-Fi at work. So I download the videos on my phone, and when I'm at work, I would watch them. And each time I watch them, I realize I'm watching them off so fast. It's because I'm just watching the videos, just watching. As one finish, I play the other one. And when all of them done, sometime I would have to play over. So I was saying, I need more videos, so I have to download more videos. But anyway, the word was reaching, the word was getting to me. And I was the type of person that joined round robins and go to party and all of those things. I used to buy clothes like every week to go to a round robin every single week. Anytime I don't buy a clothes, I would just repeat something that I haven't worn for a long time. And if I didn't have the money to purchase something for the upcoming party, because party would be every week and I would be in more than one, and I had to throw for my partner as well, because he wasn't living in Jamaica, he's living abroad. Was living abroad, so I had to throw his round robins as well. So you must know how much clothes that. So anytime I don't have the money to purchase it, I would take it from my seller and pay them the next week when I was going to buy something else. So yeah, this was very costly. The life I was living was very costly, and I was spending money on things that was not necessary. I was spending so much money on things that it is just not worth it. Looking back, if I had all of those money that I spent on clothes and shoes and hairstyle and nails and makeups and accessories, all of those things, and even the drink that was bought, if I have all of those money, I could make a big difference. But anyway, when you're in that position, when I was in that time, I wasn't thinking like this. So I used to buy clothes every week, and as I said, if I can't afford to buy it, I would take the suit or whatever that I like and pay the following week or whenever. And if I decided, okay, I'm not gonna buy anything this week, I would dig up and look for something that I haven't worn in a long time. So whew, thank God that's over. But anyway, that is me, and this party was more of modeling. Everyone that is coming is trying to look their best. And I'm not gonna say everyone, but most, majority. Some people stand out more than some. So the ones that would most likely stand out would always try to look a certain way. They have to look, try to look the best. There are other just put on clothes normally and just come, but some just feel like them to stand out every week. So that's what was going on. That's the crowd I was rolling with. So yeah, so I was that type of person to go to a party, to buy clothes and drink. I wasn't a big drinker, no, I wasn't a big drinker, but I did drink. So you would say getting the vibes then. Yes, so I did. And this feeling started to come over me, like, you know, it is time to make a change. And when I found myself going at this party, I feel like I don't belong, you know. And first of all, I stopped drinking. I didn't want any alcoholic beverage to drink. It doesn't matter what it is, no alcoholic. And I love. Let me tell you what I love. I love a songsters. I love a Baileys. I love a rum cream. I love any liquor that is creamy. I do. And I used to mix Campari with Supergen. I have a lot of different mixtures that I like. And I didn't want no any of those. Campari, I didn't want it. Light beer, I didn't want it. There are some things named flavor beer, like sorrel beer, lemon beer. I didn't want any of those. I cut out drinking completely, started to drink. And I was still going to this party because I have to throw my money, so I have to go to them. And I was drinking like Lucozade or cranberry juice, anything that didn't have any liquor, no alcohol in them. Those were my drink of choice. And while I was going to these, I was doing this for a little while, not long, for a little while, and then I said I can't do it anymore. I can't go to these places anymore. And you know what I did? I gave the money every week to a friend. He would take it and go to the party, buy him liquor and drink it and everything. He would do all of that. I was also in something that they call bingo round robin, and he also went there. My money, he paid it, and he played the bingo, and he won the grand prize. I didn't get any money from it. He didn't give me any. He won. He didn't give me any other money, but anyway, I think he brought a rum cream or something like that for me, because he knew that those are the drink I love. But anyway, move along from that. He paid all the round robins, and even the bigger round robins now for my partner. He was in top round robins that pay a lot of money weekly, because the draw was in its millions of dollars was paid out every draw. So he was in the top ones. So he also got someone to throw his own. And by this, he was, questioning, and I can't remember what really I was telling him. I don't remember really what I was saying to him, why I'm not drinking and why I'm not going to these parties. I can't remember what I said. But anyway, I stopped all of those, and I just was taking in the teaching and just trying little by little to stop all of them. And I was still working, and I was still working in this bar, and I was saying to myself, I can't do it anymore. And then I gave the bar over to my partner, telling him that I can't work in there. So I wanted to stay in the shop. Anyway, he took it to get someone else to do whatever for him. That person came in and was managing it, and I was there at the shop, and the music was just a nuisance to me. The type of new music that was playing, I don't think anyone that is just coming into truth that is actually in the world like this will really make it if they stay around these type of things that they normally do. I think it is good when you try to cut those things out of your life completely. Stop going the places you used to go, stop doing the things that you used to do, stop hang around the people that you used to hang around with. All of those things have to change for you to be successful in being obedient to God. So while I was in the grocery shop now, it was good, it was running nice and everything, but the music that was playing, because remember it was one building, so the music that's playing, it was just too much. And I remember one day I was at church and I speak to the minister that was there, and I told him the type of work I did, and he was like, sis, you got to give it up, And I was like, I know I had to give it up because I was listening to the preaching, but I don't know, maybe I did want him to say, you can continue to do it. I don't know what I wanted him to say to me, but anyway, it was like, he told me the truth. You got to give it up and you got to trust God and all of those things. And, things happen. Things happen where I gave it all up. Things happen where I gave it all up. Circumstances, things started happening in my life and all of that, and I gave it all up. I closed the shop down, and now I'm at home. What am I going to do? Now I'm at home. What am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to eat? It's just those two big questions that was standing there. How am I going to pay my bills? And how am I going to feed my kids? Because my baby father now, he's not my partner anymore. He's my child's father now. Because I had baby and all of that. He's my child's father now. So, I had to give up all of that. And let me tell you, I got baptized, I got baptized while I was still in the bar. I got baptized because the convocation came around in August, and I got baptized, and I gradually came out of the bar, and then I was in the shop alone, and then I asked the minister, and then the minister told me I was at home now. What am I going to do? But how much years now? I think it's 5 or so years after, I'm still here, and I must say, I must say this before I close. When we're in our situations, it might look like there is no hope and there is no way out, but as the minister said, you have to trust in God. You have to trust in God, because I didn't see all of what I'm seeing now. And let me go back. When I was in the bar one night, I got baptized and everything. I was there in the bar, and remember, I didn't have any proper clothing in terms of covering myself, modesty. I didn't have that. I still have my tight dresses, and I still have my tights. I used to love to wear tights. I still have those. I didn't wear any shorts or any short skirt, but I still had to wear I still had to put on whatever I had, and one night I was in the bar, and it dawned on me, you can't be doing this any longer, because I would have to play certain music to, keep my customers and, to attract customers as well. So I was sitting there one night, I was in the bar alone, and I sat there, and I was saying to myself, just thinking about God, and I was saying, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have to leave this, but what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to eat. What's going to take care of my bills? Or what am I going to do? And all of these things started to go through my head, and a scripture came to me, and I wasn't familiar with the Bible like that. But this part of the scripture came to me when you say feed the animals, the birds, the creepy crawly things. He make provision for all of those. So why wouldn't he make provision for me? It was like God was talking to me. And he said, why wouldn't he make provision for me? Even though I couldn't see it, I really couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. But I had to have faith and I had to trust in him that he will make a way out. And I must say, I'm here. It is not easy at times, it's not easy, which I had a certain knowledge of certain things when I was much younger, before even starting to have children. But it all have to do with upbringings sometime, not all the time. It all have to do with your upbringing sometime. But it is good that I have kids and I can now lead them in the right path and try to tell them not to do certain things that I did, try to achieve certain things before even starting to have children, just to make it easier for them and better for their kids, So I am thanking God for where I am today. I am not at a place where I want to be. I am not at the place where I know I can be, but at least I still have the mind to continue on this path of, just being obedient and just striving that, I can, make it one day into first resurrection, so I have to give God thanks that I am not out there, I am not here doing the things that I am not supposed to do. I have to continue to trust in him and continue to worship him, and I am continuing to do that, so it is still a work in progress. It is still work in progress. After many years, it is still work in progress. And the minister preach. I'm gonna call his name is Minister Gray. He preached at the temple that I attend every Tuesday, and he preached something last Tuesday, and it was wonderful because it is definitely that definitely plays out in my life. He was like, many times you have to trust in God, and many times you're not supposed to do certain things, just consult God first, and that is true, because I see that happened in my life, so I have to continue and telling you out there, whatever it is that you're going through, whatever problem, whatever issue it is that you're going through, consult God first. I know that many sisters now are going through cancer. Many sisters now have cancer. And I tell you, when we're not in the person's shoes that is going through some things, we can say whatever, because you're not in the shoes. But one thing I can say, it doesn't matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter what happens to you, look to God. Look to God and trust him. He can bring you out of whatever situation you're in. Many sisters are saying that they have cancer now, and I see sisters that say they get healed from cancer. So I know God can do anything. God can do anything. I watched an episode on the I Thrive podcast. I think that's the name of it. I think it's the last one he did with this sister that she's actually blind now, and to listen to her testimony was something. When we look at what we are going through, and when we hear other sisters or even brothers testimony, I tell you, your whatever it is that you're going through is coming like play thing comparing to what they're going through, and they have to be strong, trusting in God as well. So trust in God with whatever it is that you're going through. Trust in him. He can bring you through. He can heal you. He can deliver you out of anything. And at the same time, we got to trust in him that if it is not his will to bring us out of whatever, take us through whatever, heal us from whatever, he's still God. He still deserves to be worshipped, and he still deserves to be praised. That's the reason why I try to always worship him. Worship him because he's supposed to be worshipped, not because of what he's doing for me. So he's supposed to be worshipped, he's supposed to be praised, and I have to continue to do so. So that's my story for today. I didn't want to go in all of that. I didn't want to just talk about the job, but I realized talking about the job aspect, my drives when I was talking. If I go in the job aspect, I have to go in the way I stopped doing it and all of that. So yeah, I did all of that. But thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, asking you to continue to subscribe, like, and share. I see how much, we can go in the on the back end of the channel. There I see how much people watching, and the amount of people that is watching is not the amount of well, the percentage of people that watch is not the person that subscribe. So I'm asking you to subscribe to the video, and not just that, but watch the videos in its entirety as well, because when you don't watch the videos, it really doesn't count. It doesn't give any watch hours. If you don't watch it, most of it, more than half of it, it doesn't give any watch hours. I think it's about 6 minutes. If you watch it past 6 minutes, then the watch hours will calculate. But if you don't, it doesn't calculate, and then that makes it even harder to reach a threshold. At the end of the day, we want to reach a threshold. We want to reach a threshold. My next video, I want to do some I see some videos with some kind of food that I really like to try. So I think I'm going to do some shorts with them, and then I'm going to try them. So I'm going to send out some shorts. Any video I see that I want to try, I'm going to do the shorts with them just to show you. And when I'm doing the video, then you'll know that this is the video for that, because I will put the short video in it, that you can see that this is what I'm trying. So yeah, I want to do some more of that. The one I did with the potato, it was good. It could be a little bit more runny in terms of the oils, because in the original video, the person had a lot more butter on it, so it was a bit more oily. So yeah, but it was good nonetheless. And to tell you, Adrian eat it. He liked it, and Adrian is very picky. He's very picky. He does not eat. He doesn't eat. If he's going to eat food, and when I say he doesn't like rice and peas and chicken and dumpling and bananas. He does not eat. I have to force him to eat. So his food is like ramen, noodles, and macaroni and cheese. He will eat that. Or what else do I cook from? I don't even know. That boy does not eat. He eat franks. He eat fried eggs. He never used to eat egg, but I see him coming around. He's eating boiled egg and fried egg now, so I do that for him. When he said he wants to eat plantains, those little things. He eats yogurt and those, and his snacks that he takes to school, bun and those things. But that boy doesn't eat, and to tell you, he rarely sick. Inaya that eat more than him, sick more than him. But anyway, that's it for my video today. Enough rambling along, so I'll catch you in another one. Bye.